Hi guys, I wanted to do a quick talk about business owners and the 10 things that people do not know about business owners unless you have owned a business yourself. Number one, people think you don't have a boss because you're the business owner, but we all know that business owners have one boss, and that's the customer. The customer is your boss. When they're upset, you're upset. When they complain, you take it personally. And when the customer tells you that you're doing a great job, it feels like all your performance appraisals have come at one time. So it's a myth that you don't have a boss. There is one boss. You will jump as high as they ask you to. You will stand on one leg if they ask you to, within reason. I know there can be some unreasonable customers, but you will do whatever you can to keep that customer happy. So number one, your customer is your boss. People are wrong when they say that you don't have a boss. Number two, the business never, ever leaves you. It's always with you. It's all consuming. It's there when you wake up. It's there when you go to sleep. It's there on public holidays. It's there when you have happy times with your family, and it's there in your saddest moments. What are the sales today? Have I bought the supplies? What do I need to do tomorrow? Who am I invoicing? Who owes me money? Who do I owe money to? Have my bills been paid? Has my payroll been paid? It never ever leaves you guys. And I don't think enough people understand that when they, consider the path of going into business. So that's number two. Number three, employees. Small business employees are very interesting. I love small business employees because they really are a very interesting subset of the employment set. So they've decided that they want to work. First of all, that's great, better than the unemployed. Secondly, they've decided they don't want to work for a big corporation or they don't want to work for a government entity. So they actually like small, they like innovative, they like that feeling of a family. And that's what smaller businesses, medium businesses offer. It's that family feeling, it's that proximity to the action, the proximity to decision makers, the fast-paced ability to change direction, which I think employees of smaller businesses love. And they really deserve a pat on the back. All small business employees, I think, particularly in Australia, where some people think that it's the dream to get a bank job or a government job. These guys that are working in small and medium businesses, I think, the salt of the earth. They're absolutely amazing. And so as a business owner, they become like family because you rely on them, you trust them, and conversely, that can hurt you as well. Employees can hurt you like nothing else, and they can bring you joy like nothing else within your business. It's another thing related to point two that never leaves you. The development of your employees, the consideration of your employees, some of the things that they might be unhappy about, you try to resolve very quickly because they're like family. And as we all know, family relationships, family dynamics can be difficult. So it's an important one. Number four, sometimes it feels like in business, everyone's trying to have a go at you. Your landlord, the government, the local council, your supplier in your industry, the major supplier, the industry watchdog, depending on your industry, the banks, the parking inspector outside that won't let you unload a truck from the loading zone for a reasonable amount of time. You can feel, particularly in a nanny state like Australia, that you're constantly being checked, being verified, being punished, I guess, for being in business and taking a risk. So that is a difficult part of being a business owner. Number five, very important, refunds, damaged goods, and theft. They can ruin a business. People don't realize this from the outside. They look at a business and they think, well, gee, that's a busy business. That's exciting. That's great. Well, let me tell you, something that's broken, something that's refunded that can't be resold, and something that's stolen ruins many, many businesses in this country. So it is another thing that keeps business owners up at night and is all a part of the joy of the roller coaster of business ownership. So that's number five. Number six, just for you guys that are thinking about business ownership, I want to let you know that every business owner that's listening to this at some point or the other has had days where they forget to eat. Business is so all-consuming and I guess so exhilarating and exciting because it means that you're so into what you're doing that you look at the clock, you look at your watch, it's way too late. You've passed lunchtime 3 hours ago and you might grab a quick snack, a quick coffee. You might not have time for anything. You might not have time to have a sip of water. There are business owners that are working really, really hard there. I have a personal ambition to help business owners get healthier here. I don't think that's something that is good, and it leads to too many business owners dying too young because of ill health. But there is no doubt that it comes with the territory, and a lot of business owners do unfortunately partake in that. I'm guilty of that myself. Number 7, at some point, you've also stopped yourself from going to the toilet right when you need to. It could be a customer inquiry, it could be a delivery, it could be you're on a job site. It could be any number of reasons. But another thing that's a little bit strange, right? This is a comical one, but it is true that this is the amount of time and pressure, I guess, sometimes that you feel that basic human necessities, going to the toilet, eating, drinking water, can often seem like a chore in the middle of the business day because you're so busy running your business and growing your business. Number 8, this is funny. Everyone thinks you're a millionaire, squillionaire. Right? Because people don't understand a very basic concept that turnover is not profit. Just because you brought it into the business, you made a sale, it does not mean that's going into your pocket, Mr. or Mrs. Business Owner, as existing business owners would know. For the new business owners, let me tell you, there's something called expenses, which stand in the way of your profits, and they're significant. Profit is the smallest part of the pie, and unfortunately, there are too many businesses that are unprofitable and do go out of business, but it's important for you guys to understand this. The headline number is great, the turnover figure, but break it down into what your expenses are, both payroll, cost of goods, maybe cost of services, maybe a labor charge if you're using contractors, take out government taxes, take out GST. There's a lot of things that need to come off that, take out rent, another significant expense, and that's when you'll arrive at your profit figure. Number 9. You often wonder why you chose the path that you did. If you're driving to work in the dark, early in the morning, sometimes you do scratch your head and wonder, why did I get into this business again? Didn't I have a job, or didn't I get offered a job, or couldn't I sell my business? All of those different things that you question yourself about. It does come part and parcel of business ownership because it is a treadmill that you get on. And although at the beginning it can be slow as you build up pace, once you're really firing, it can be a tiring exercise, and people get tired. So that's a reality of business ownership. Everyone at some point gets tired in the business that they're in. The final one, and number 10, is that you can never be a boss again. Now, this is a great one, but at the same time, I want to bring it up for people that have tried to maybe re-enter the employment workspace or the workforce. Some people do it. Kudos to those people. But for most of us, being a business owner is both the best thing you've ever done and the most difficult thing you've ever done, which means that there's a lot of achievement behind it. There's been a lot of momentum that you've built up to get to develop the person you are and to train that muscle of business ownership. And as you go through life, you decide, well, I kind of like that freedom. I like that independence. And I like that ability to call my own shot. So for those business owners out there, for those individuals out there that are considering becoming business owners, just have a think about some of these top 10 things that I've brought up here. We're going to come to you with much more in terms of video content on running businesses, small businesses, medium businesses, what are the pitfalls and how you can do maybe a good job of at least being aware of them before you get into business life. But we're here to support business owners. We love business owners, and I hope you guys go out and spend money at a small or medium-sized business today. Thanks, guys. Chat soon.